Hello, my dear students. How are you? Welcome to my YouTube channel, Dr. Archana Pandit. Today, we are going to study an extract from The Wings of Fire, which is an autobiography of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who was 11th President of India. Uh, the title of the prose piece is A Lesson My Father Taught Me. This is the lesson included in the syllabus of Savitribai Phule Pune University of first year Bachelor of Arts in the General English paper, which is also called as Optional English paper. This prose piece is the first piece in semester 1 of General Paper 1 or Optional English paper 1 of Pune University. So let us start. A lesson my father taught me, written by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. In the beginning, we will look in short about Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He was born in the year 1931 and he expired in the year 2015. As I told you earlier, he was the 11th President of India and he was fondly called the People's President during his years in office as the head of the nation. The meaning of the word fondly is lovingly. He was very famous president and the Indian people or the people in India used to call him or has given him the title People's President. Before his term as president, he worked as an aeronautical engineer with the Indian Space Research Organization, that is ISRO, and with the Ministry of Defense. He was known as the Missile Man of India as he has developed the indigenous ballistic missile and space rocket technology for India. Kalam played a pivotal role at the organizational, technical, and political level in India's nuclear test in the year 1998. The word pivotal means important role. He was a visiting professor at many academic and research institutes across India. Kalam was awarded with the Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan, and the Bharat Ratna apart from the numerous other honors conferred upon him by distinguished universities and institutions both in India and abroad. He has written his autobiography, Wings of Fire, in Marathi and in many other languages, regional languages, and foreign languages also. His autobiography is translated. In Marathi, it is called as Agnipankha. This lesson, a lesson my father taught me, is an extract from his autobiography. Short essay or extract, he is talking about his childhood and how his parents, especially his father, influenced him. He narrates an incident about how someone leaves a gift for his father after he had been elected as the president of the Panchayat board. Kalam was then a small child and absent-mindedly accepted the gift and that was meant for his father. The word absent-mindedly means as Abdul Kalam was very young child, he didn't think much. So the word absent-mindedly means without thinking much. So he accepted the gift without the permission of his father, and afterwards, what happened? Let us see. His father had gone for evening namaz at that time. He was not in the house. His father was very angry upon seeing the gift and slapped Kalam. Later, his father explained the matter to him and told him not to accept any gifts without his father's permission. So this was, in short, the summary. Now let us go towards the text. A lesson my father taught me. What did I learn from my father? See, every child learns few lessons or many lessons from his or her parents. Parents are the first teachers as is considered in Indian tradition and many world traditions also. So, our parents are our first teachers. They give us very valuable lessons which are very important to live our life. It is this. What was the lesson he learned from his father? He says, it is this: work with integrity and succeed with integrity. The word integrity means moral principles. Morality means what to do, how to behave, and how not to behave. So these were the lessons he learned from his father, and the main lessons which he learned was honesty and truthfulness. It is indeed a great experience for me to remember my parents, my father who lived 103 years and my mother 93 years. Strong and healthy life, we can say. For both of them, I was their last child, a dear, lovable child among my four brothers and a sister. So we can here understand that he was the youngest child. Abdul Kalam was the youngest child in the family. Uh, he was adored by everyone. He was loved by everyone, not only his parents but also his siblings. So he had four elder brothers and a sister, and he was the sixth child in the family. Ours was a full fledged joint family. See, in the earlier years in India, there used to be joint families. Now they are converted into nuclear families. So, Abdul Kalam was very fortunate. He also enjoyed the benefits of the joint family. Full fledged, the meaning of the word full fledged is complete joint family, we can say, and even now continues to uphold that tradition. What Abdul Kalam says, in my family, still the people live in joint family, they haven't shifted to the nuclear families. When Prabhu Chawla ji asked me if I could write about an important event in my life, which may touch some hearts because of its poignancy or happiness quotient, Prabhu Chawla ji asked him to write about the important incident which people should know from his life because of its poignancy. Poignancy means happiness quotient. What popped up in my mind, what came to his mind, popped up means to emerge in his mind. What came suddenly in his mind was the present dynamics of the nation and the concerns of millions of our citizens. The present dynamics of the nation. Nation means country. Dynamics, the word dynamic means force or process that bring change in a group. Some kind of force which can bring the change in the society. And concern, as you all know, these are the worries of the millions of our citizens. This question led me to share the love I have seen from my parents most of the time, and simultaneously I was compelled to learn with parental concern. See, in Indian families, they adore the child, but at the same time, we get many punishments. Even you might be getting punishment from your parents when you do some wrong things, or when you do mischievously some, or you harm somebody, you do some bad things to someone, you hit someone, you are always scolded by your parents. So the same thing happened even with Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So parental concern was always there to teach him the right things. Let me share that event that happened in my life more than 7 decades ago. So this incident which he has narrated in this extract or in his autobiography, it happened in his life almost about 7 decades ago, that is 70 years before. My father, his father's name was Janab Abul Fakir Jainulabuddin. My father, Janab Abul Fakir Jainulabuddin, taught me a great lesson when I was a young boy. It was just after India got independence. The time is pre-independence period, immediately after the India got independence. Sorry, it is not pre-independence, but it is the time immediately after the India got independence. At that time, Panchayat elections took place at my native place, Rameshwaram, in coastal Tamil Nadu. So Abdul Kalam, his native place was Rameshwaram. Uh, his village was Rameshwaram, which is in coastal Tamil Nadu. Uh, my father was elected its board member. See, there were panchayat election, and his father was elected as a board member. The same day, he was also made the president of the civic body. He became the chief of that civic body. Rameshwaram was then a beautiful place with a population of around 30,000 people. See, Rameshwaram was a small place at that time, so the population was just 30,000. Uh, if my father was elected president of the Panchayat board, it was not because he hailed from a particular community or spoke a particular language or belonged to a particular economic strand. The very important fact Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam is insisting over here is that his father was a good human being, and that's why he was elected in the civic board or as the chief of the civic board. He was not elected because he belonged to a particular religion, or he spoke some particular language, or he belonged to some economic status. So it was only because of his good nature. His father, Janab Awul Fakir Jainulabuddin, was elected as the president of the civic body. He was elected only on the basis of his nobility of mind. See, the main trait, behavioral trait of his father was he had a noble mind, he had a generous mind. He used to help the people from Rameshwaram. He was very cooperative person, and that's why he was elected. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam focuses on the word that my father was a good human being. Basically, he was a very good human being, considerate human being. I would like to narrate one incident that took place on the day he was elected president of the Panchayat board. The word narrate means to tell. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, in this extract, he is narrating us one incident, one event on the day when his father was elected as the president of the Panchayat board or the civic body. I was at that time studying in school. See, Abdul Kalam, little Abdul, he was studying in school. Those days we did not have electricity. So it is long back, there was no electricity in his village. We used to study under lamps that were lit on rationed kerosene. You might be knowing the lamps which burn on the kerosene. So he was studying using such kind of lamp. I used to read the lessons loudly. See, children, when we ask them to study, what they do is they take their textbooks and they start reading the lessons loudly. So similarly, Abdul Kalam, on that day, he was reading the lessons loudly. At night, I heard a knock at the door. Somebody was knocking on the door. Those days, none in Rameshwaram used to lock the door. See, nowadays in cities we have latch system, we have many kinds of locks for our door, safety door is there. But see, in still even today in villages, the doors are always open. It means that guests are always open. There is no fear of theft or something like that. Situations are changing nowadays, but see, this is the time 70 years back. So what Abdul Kalam is saying, the door wasn't locked. It was not the practice during those days. Somebody opened the door, came in and asked me where my father was. I told him that he had gone for evening namaz prayers. At this he said, I have brought something for him. The person had something in his hand. He said, I have brought something for him. Can I keep it here? I shouted for my mother to get her permission to receive the atom. See, Abdul Kalam is a small child. The children, they have the habit. Whenever somebody asks them to take something, when a stranger offers something to the children, they take the permission from their parents. His father had gone for namaz, and so he called for his mother. Mother, can I take this? He shouted. But she was also at the namaz and gave me No response. So that was the namaz time, and his mother was also doing chanting her prayers inside, and so she didn't respond. I finally asked the person to leave the atom on the cot. See, little Abdul Kalam was studying. Mother didn't respond. Father was not at home, and the person was insisting to take that whatever he has brought for his father. So he told the person very casually, "Please keep whatever you have brought my father on the cot, on the bed." After that, I continued with my studies, which meant I resumed reading aloud from my study books, fully concentrating on my studies. See, little Abdul, he was doing his studies he had a full concentration, full focus on his studies. He didn't look what that person has brought. Soon my father came in. After some time, his father entered the house. He saw a tambulam, a plate in which the stranger had brought the gift for his father, kept on the cot. "What is this?" he asked me. His father asked little Abdul, "What is this? Who has given this?" I told him that somebody came and had left it for him. Somebody came and somebody has given this to you, and I asked him to keep that tambulam on the cot. He opened the cover of the tambulam and found there was a costly dhoti. Dhoti is a kind of a cloth which is very common in India, and in Tamil language it is called as Angavastram. Besides some fruits and sweet, see, in that tambulam there was a costly dhoti, costly clothes you can say, fruits and sweets. There was also a slip, there was a chit saying that the person had, there was also a slip that the person had left behind. The sight overall upset my father. When his father saw all those things in the tambulam, he became upset. He became nervous. For the first time in my life, I saw him very angry. His father never used to be angry, but it was the first time that little Abdul saw his father was very angry. It also turned out to be the first time I got a thorough beating from him. Little Abdul, without knowing anything why his father was beating him, he got a good beating on that day and good scolding. I got frightened and started weeping. Little Abdul started crying because he was not understanding why my father is angry with me, why my father is beating me. He was not understanding, and he called for his mother. My mother came in and embraced and consoled me. As usually happens in Indian families, when father is angry, when father is shouting at the child, mother interferes. Similarly, Ashi Amma, it is the name of his mother, Ashi Amma interrupted in between the child and the Abdul Kalam's father, and she hugged the child and she consoled him. The meaning of the word console is to provide some comfort. Don't cry, beta. Okay. She provided him some sympathy. At this, my father came and touched my shoulder. At that time, his father realized that Abdul Kalam is very young, he is very small, he will not understand why I am beating him. So he came near him and touched his shoulder with affection, with love, and advised me. He gave a lifetime advice to little Abdul not to receive any gift without his permission. This was the advice little Abdul got on that day. Don't receive any gift without my permission. And for explaining his statement, he quoted an Islamic hadith from Quran, which states that when the Almighty appoints a person to a position, when the God appoints us on a particular position, when God gives us a particular position, offers us a particular position, offers us a particular job, a work, a task, etc., He takes care of His provision. He means here God, He means here Allah. He takes care of His provision. The people, we are appointed on particular positions and we are provided supplies, whatever are the essential things we have been taken care of by God. If a person takes anything beyond that, it is an illegal gain. If my duty is this, God is taking care of me, God is providing me this much, and if I expect more than that, if I accept more than that, that becomes the illegal gain against the law. See, I'm talking about the law in the God's court. There is court in the heaven even where we get punishments for our sins and we are even blessed for our good deeds. So what little Abdul learned on that day was that when a person is appointed on a particular position, when the person is entrusted with a particular task, God takes care of his essential supplies, God takes care of his needs. And if you accept more than that, if you expect more than that, if you become lusty and you accept anything beyond that, that can be termed as a bribe. That gain becomes illegal gain. So don't accept anything beyond that. This was the lesson taught by his father Jainulabuddin to little Abdul on that day, and which he carried. The lesson was carried by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam till his last day, as you all know. So thank you very much. I hope you will like my video, my teaching. I hope you will join me with my further videos also. Thank you very much.